Good morning, Mr. Malika and fellow classmates. Today we will be interviewing 10 different types of people and getting their opinions on marriage. We will ask them a series of 4 questions. The first, what is their definition of marriage? Followed by, what are some good qualities for husband and wife? Then, if they think children should be present in marriage. And lastly, what they think God's role in marriage is. Good morning, Mr. Alcaraz.
Hello.
Would you mind answering a few quick questions about marriage for me?
Sure.
Thank you. In your opinion, what is the definition of marriage?
Marriage is a lifelong vow between a man and a woman. They'll be loyal to each other and stay together for eternity.
Now, you mentioned a man and a woman. What are some good qualities that both a man and a woman should possess in a healthy marriage?
Well, first and foremost, a couple should love each other, and the man, he should be able to provide and protect his family, and the woman should be able to take care of the children and the house.
So you said children. So in your opinion, children are necessary in a marital relationship?
Children are definitely necessary.
Okay. How is God, what role does God have in a marriage?
God is very important. Marriages tend to last a whole lot longer when God is involved. Some marriages without God do last, but the chances are a lot greater when God is involved.
Thank you. That finishes my survey. I appreciate your time. What is your definition of marriage?
Marriage is when two people come together and live together and form a family and help one another through life.
Okay. What are some good qualities for a man?
They have to have a sense of humor, they have to have interests, they have to have personalities that mesh, they have to be empathic, they have to be able to relate to one another, be supportive of one another. So I think that those would be qualities that two people would have to have before they would enter into a union.
In your opinion, are children necessary in marriage?
Not necessarily if both people aren't ready to have children, if for whatever reason, health reason or whatever, maturity, the people aren't ready. I don't believe that children necessarily have to be a part of every union. God oversees everything, so God brings people together and is a guiding force within the union for people to be together.
What is your definition of marriage?
Civil or religious?
Both.
The union of one man and one woman under the authority of God. A union that is permanent until the death of one or the other of the spouses. For the purpose of raising children, properly. That would be the religious. The civil definition would be exactly the same without reference to the blessings of God.
In your opinion, what are some good qualities that both a man and a woman should possess in a marital relationship?
They should be determined. They should love each other. They should be aware of the difficulties, the challenges, what is called the onerousness of marriage. They should be committed to dealing with those difficulties successfully. they should have the same general attitudes toward their children that I've just listed, I've just noted that they should have for each other. Marriage has two fundamental elements to it: the unitive element and the conjugal element. Both are fundamental to the institution. The unitive is the making of one from two, and that element does not necessarily require children. The conjugal element presumes children in the natural arrangement of that element. It may be that there aren't any children that result from the conjugal element, but that is what they call in the philosophy business, accident. So your question about children being necessary is complicated. They are not strictly necessary, but it is the natural purpose of marriage to produce them and to provide them an environment in which they can be raised properly. That question is very hard to answer. God blesses the unity of the two persons, which blessing is absolutely necessary because in the absence of the blessing there is A, no marriage, and B, the likelihood of it being able to overcome the difficulties that exist in marriage is very small. Two people who marry for decades are absolutely going to need that blessing. What is called conventional marriage is therefore a shaky institution, almost inevitably doomed to fail. The importance of God's blessing or God's role in marriage is absolutely fundamental.
What is your definition of marriage?
My definition of marriage is a strong binding between two, a man and a woman, that lasts forever. Yeah.
What are some good qualities for a husband and a wife?
Loyalty, respect. They should value their marriage and do anything to keep that marriage alive.
In your opinion, are children necessary in marriage?
Definitely.
Why do you say that?
Because, like, if a bunch of people get married, don't have kids, how do you expect anyone else to get married? Huh? How?
What is God's role in marriage?
To strengthen the relationship and keep it together eternally until death do them part.
What's your definition of marriage?
It's the union of a man and woman giving themselves to each other for the rest of their lives.
What are some good qualities for a husband and a wife?
They should be able to listen to each other, to communicate, to show love and caring towards each other, and understanding.
Should children be necessary in marriage?
They're not necessary. It is nice to have a family to have children and to raise a family, but it's not necessary to have a good marriage without. You can have a good marriage without children.
What do you think God's role in marriage is?
It's a sacrament, and God's role is He's there for you. You can call on Him when you need help or understanding your spouse or other things that come up in marriage. You can call on Him to give you the strength and wisdom that you need to handle the situation, and help you to show love to your partner the way he loves us.